Anna's Bandit, I don't think you can say enough about her. And I'm proud to have her connections here tonight. I'm proud to know both of them for many years. The owner, No Guts, No Glory Farm, trained by John Robb and bred by John Robb. Adjectives used to describe Anna Bandits range from professional, steady, machine-like, and determined. I usually just call her the Wonder Woman of the Mid-Atlantic because I don't think they come any tougher. In 2019, she accounted for the following: the Conover Stakes, the Original Gold Stakes, the Timonium Distaff, the Sadie Hawkins, the Cavada, Maryland Million Distaff, and Politely Stakes. If you have a resume like that, I think you certainly deserve to be recognized.
Yeah, they're off into Politely. Majestic Reason, Anna's Bandit, Las Cetas up on the inside, and Phantom Shot in between horses, all showing early speed. Another two back, and Three Hawk is in the back, only 4 lengths from the front of Las Cetas, the leader. Las Cetas, Majestic Reason trying to push that one along, with Anna's Bandit down to the inside, settled in third position, and Phantom Shot is next. It's the two-path now, and Three Hawk is in the back, racing 3 or 4 wide into the far turn run. Las Cetas is on top after an opening quarter, 23.03. Phantom Shot takes a shot right now to the lead, and Phantom Shot trying to collar Las Cetas with 3 furlongs left to go. Three Hawk is in third, and Majestic Reason and Anna's Bandit just in behind him on the inside. Only 3 from the front, held by Las Cetas and challenged by Phantom Shot, who's right there. Phantom Shot gets ahead in front as they turn for home. Three Hawk on the far outside. Anna's Bandit down to the inside of Majestic Reason. 3/16 left to run the half in 46.31. Wide open affair. Here comes Anna's Bandit. Anna's Bandit charging between horses. Here she is. Anna's Bandit's just in front now with a 16th of a mile left to go from Majestic Reason. Leads by 2 lengths. It's Anna's Bandit, her 7th stakes core of the year. Yes, she is something else, Xavier Perez. Furlongs. Off of the Barbara Fritchie. Late Night Powwow with a very sharp beginning. The outside is Ms. Locust Point, last year's winner, Sharp with speed 2. In between horses, Shimmering Aspen is in the mix, and Spice Perfection with a solid break runs 4th and only 3 lengths off with speed up ahead. Lady Vicky is next. From in between horses is Divine Mischief. Then Your Love near the inside. Another 2, and it's on her way. Dawn the Destroyer is second last at this point, and one more well back there is My Cousin Martha, who's got to be 20-25 lengths off that pace. 22.55 the opening, 2 furlongs, less than half mile left to go now. Ms. Locust Point breaks away by 2 lengths from Late Night Powwow, Shimmering Aspen. Spice Perfection is 4th, has 5 to make up as they round that far turn. Then it's Your Love, ridden along on the inside, 8 lengths off the lead. Dawn the Destroyer has a lot to do. 45.29 was a half mile. Ms. Locust Point and Vargas head for home, and Late Night Powwow gets through on the inside. Here's Late Night Powwow with a surge on the inside to take the lead. Out in the middle now, Spice Perfection's come off the rail. Spice Perfection on the outside. Late Night Powwow, she's reaching, she's digging in the final furlong. Spice Perfection on the outside. Late Night Powwow and Spice Perfection. Late Night Powwow, Spice Perfection, head to head and nose to nose. Fighting finish in the Fritchie. Late Night Powwow. Wow.
109 for 3/4, 121 for the 7/8 Late Night Powwow. Greatness for LNPW, Late Night Powwow, was defined to me by 2 signature events on the year. The Grade 3 Fritchie, which we just watched, and also a 3rd place effort at Keeneland in the Madison Stakes. Anytime you can ship beyond the borders of the Mountain State and compete at that type of level against Grade 1 company, when you're talking about trainers that we only see on the front page of the Daily Racing Form, and you finish an admirable 3rd, it's something to be proud about when you have a West Virginia bred. And I just can't say enough about this horse. I knew her enviable lifetime record of 12 wins out of 15 starts just will precede her hopefully to the breeding shed as she is retired, and I hope to see some Late Night Powwow babies in the near future. Congratulations and thank you. You know, I talked a few minutes ago about some of the exciting moments for me in 2019. I'm sure some of the horsemen here as we move on to older male champion of the year. And once again, it was a contentious category. I mean, I've got a few phone calls about who did you like, what did you think? You know, it was a tough decision. And it was, you know, it was a tough decision because this was a horse that won $1 million race at Charlestown. Not something that's happened before. You know, as I said, the apron that night was filled with people. You know, it was like you were at a rock concert. I mean, at this particular point in time, this horse became a rock star in West Virginia. And he didn't finish out the year like we had hoped, but I'm grateful that he's back in training. I've seen some videos of him and he looks better than ever, and I hope he comes back to defend his title this year because this is a horse that is in rarefied air in West Virginia. And I, in my lifetime, have seen some wonderful horses in West Virginia. I've seen horses like Confucius Say. I've seen horses compete like Awevo, Russell Road, and Lucy's Bob Boy. And I put Runnin' to Love You in that category. I would love to see a match race with all those horses if it could ever happen. I know it's pure fantasy, but it would probably, they'd be hanging from the rafters to see that kind of race. And we certainly can add this son of Fiberson to the mix. He's that gifted of individual. Runnin' to Love You is owned by Graham's Racing Stable, trained by Tim Grams, bred once again by Miss Leslie Cromer. Our older male of 2019 is Runnin' to Love You. We're going to watch his stakes win in the Russell Road.
And they're off in the Russell Road Prep, and some traffic inside of Aaron's Tap. Losing the rider there was Johnny Jump Up. Johnny Jump Up got stuck back in traffic and dropped Gerald Almodovar, who's still down on the racetrack. So, dramatic turn of events there at the start. The West Virginia breds are in front. It's Aaron's Tap and Runnin' to Love You. Gerald Almodovar has made it up onto his knees. It appears like he is going to be able to make it off of the track here. Oh, some traffic there on the turn as Johnny Jump Up affected number 8 Classic Cotton and a number of runners outside. So a chaotic first quarter in 23 seconds flat. Aaron's Tap runs the point. Runnin' to Love You, and now that loose horse runs up alongside of that duo. Cinderella El Chrome is right there, and then to the outside of runners comes Mean Bean. It's a gap of 5 lengths back to Balivor, followed by Classic Cotton. Up the inside sight for Sore Eyes. Then comes Hey Dakota, and the trailer is New Windsor. And again, the track is clear as they head into the far turn. Runnin' to Love You to the throat latch of Aaron's Tap, and these two go on with it. They've opened up 5 on their nearest competitors. Mean Bean is up into third outside of Cinderella El Chrome. Balivor begins to run on from the back. The half in 46-1. Runnin' to Love You runs the point a furlong from home. Aaron's Tap is all in trying to keep up, but he can't keep up with the gray Blur. Runnin' to Love You past the 16th pole, and Runnin' to Love You kicks off his 5-year-old campaign in style. He wins it by 3 in the end. Balivor was second, then
Not to take away from the significance of Runnin' to Love You's win, but if you noticed on the screen, there was a horse that ran in that race called Mean Bean. And once again, referring to you, Mr. Warner, about West Virginia racing and the longevity that we have here. Mean Bean is now 8 years old. I did a story about him just recently for the Mid-Atlantic. This horse is an amazing horse who's had multiple infirmities and has overcome a lot. He's in a 3-horse barn with a gentleman that spends hours, tireless hours every day taking care of him and tending to his needs. He's won 2 races this year in 2 starts and beat some of the best horses in West Virginia. And like I say, I don't want to take away from the greatness of your all's horse, but I just want to basically put it out there that we in West Virginia seem to treasure racing our horses a little bit longer, which I think is a tribute to those people in this room. You know, whereas it's fashionable nowadays to have a horse that's precocious and not race beyond 2 or 3 years old. Here, we like to watch our horses run well into their 6, 7, and 8-year-old career, if possible, if they can maintain it. And that's a horse that I'm very fond of. But we want to honor right now Runnin' to Love You. Leslie Cromer, if you'd come up here and accept another award, it will be presented to you by Mr. Dennis Finger. Runnin' to Love You, our older champion male. Congratulations, Leslie. You should be very proud. Sprinter of the Year was a category that's one of my favorites here. It's kind of a difficult category when you really look into it because we run so mmany races here going the distance of 4.5 furlongs, and then we have 6.5 and 7 furlongs. So the 4.5 races go around one turn. The 6.5 and 7 furlong races go around 2 turns. So at a normal mile racetrack, you probably would not put those 2 horses in that type of category. But we had so many good horses this year run. I mean, we had Dr. Feelgood, Aaron's Tap. Those horses competed at an abbreviated distance of 4.5 furlongs and acquitted themselves quite well. But a horse that I think demanded recognition this year was the winner of our Sprinter of the Year. And another horse that just happens to be by Fiberson. This horse is Penguin Power. Penguin Power unusually is a chestnut by Fiberson out of I, Robin by Rob. Was bred by John D. McKee, is owned by David Rame, trained by Charlestown's perennial leading trainer Jeffrey Runco. This horse has what I call high cruising speed, which means that this horse runs fast and runs far. And he is an absolute marvel, and I'm looking forward to seeing him next year compete because this is a horse that I think has aspirations potentially to go the distance of 1 1/8 miles, and I think we're going to see him possibly running in those races that he could compete against some of the horses that we've just mentioned. He was a cash cow in 2019 for Mr. Rain. He was the winner of the Frank Gall Memorial. He also won the Onion Juice Breeders' Classic on our big night of the year, West Virginia Breeders' Classics. He typifies why many people say that Fiberson is the greatest bargain standing in the United States. It was almost flawless on the year. He completed a sizable year for trainer Jeff Runco. And our winner of the Sprinter of the Year is Penguin Power, and we'll watch one of his races on the screen right now. Presenting the award to Penguin Power's connections will be Mr. Mark Self.
And they're off in the Onion Juice, and it was a picture-perfect start for Penguin Power, and he heads right out for the lead. He crosses all the way over to the rail, just in front of Fairweather Friend, who angles off of his heels, and now gives chase to the outside in second. Ellie's Little Man away in third, then I Need You in fourth. I Hear You Knockin' comes away in that fifth position. Then at the rail, Natural Odds, he's off the pace tonight from sixth. The early trailer is the late-running Dr. Tucker, already a dozen lengths off of the speed of Penguin Power. Penguin Power, a 2.5 length lead over Fairweather Friend through a 23-second flat opening quarter, and Penguin Power with that high cruising speed coasts onto the backstretch, a 2-length lead over Fairweather Friend. Ellie's Little Man is third. I Need You comes under pressure. There goes I Hear You Knockin'. Natural Odds at the rail, and the trailer still is Dr. Tucker, at least 10 lengths out of it. Penguin Power heads into the far turn. He got a breather that second quarter, 47 seconds flat for the half mile, and he's still under confident handling a quarter of a mile from home. Penguin Power trying to blow this one open. He opens up by 3 on Ellie's Little Man, and I Hear You Knockin'. Natural Odds closes through along the rail. Late rally from Dr. Tucker. Penguin Power still in charge. A furlong from home and a 4-length lead over Ellie's Little Man, and I Hear You Knockin'. Penguin Power pours it on, and Penguin Power powers home in the Onion Juice. He was never asked to run, and he won it by 3.5.
We're getting to our Horse of the Year category, which I know is very special to a lot of people, especially in this room. And I've already talked about the accolades of these horses so much that I think really we just are going to sit back and enjoy the fact that they're such fierce competitors and bask in the glory of West Virginia racing and breeding. Our co-champions this year are Anna's Bandit. We're going to watch her in the Politely Stakes. And right after that, we'll watch Runnin' to Love You win the Charlestown Classic. Anna's Bandit, bred by John Robb. Runnin' to Love You, bred by Leslie Cromer. Our co-champions, horses of the year.
Yeah, they're off into Politely. Majestic Reason, Anna's Bandit, La Cetas up on the inside, and Phantom Shot in between horses, all showing early speed. Another 2 back, and 3 Hawk is in the back, only 4 lengths from the front of La Cetas, the leader. La Cetas, Majestic Reason trying to push that one along, with Anna's Bandit down to the inside, settled in 3rd position, and Phantom Shot is next. It's the 2-path now, and 3 Hawk is in the back, racing 3 or 4 wide into the far turn run. La Cetas is on top after an opening quarter, 23.03. Phantom Phantom Shot takes a shot right now to lead, and Phantom Shot trying to collar Las Cetas with 3 furlongs left to go. Three Hawk is in third, and Majestic Reason and Anna's Bandit just in behind him on the inside. Only 3 from the front, held by Las Cetas and challenged by Phantom Shot, who's right there. Phantom Shot gets ahead in front as they turn for home. 3 Hawk on the far outside, Anna's Bandit out of the inside of Majestic Reason. 3/16 left to run, the half in 46.31. Wide open affair. Here comes Anna's Bandit. Anna's Bandit charging between horses. Here she is. Anna's Bandit's just in front now with a 16th of a mile left to go from Majestic Reason. Leads by 2 lengths. It's Anna's Bandit, her 7th stakes core of the year. Yes, she is something else. Xavier Perez wins it again. Anna's Bandit, Majestic Reason second, and 3 Hawk was third.
Dave Rodman said it all, 16th lifetime score.
And they're off in the Charlestown Classic. And Diamond King away in good order. There goes the gray Runnin' to Love Ya outside of Rally Cry, who runs along in that 3rd spot in the early stages. Mongolian Groom has been passed by Nanoosh. Then comes War Story, who tries to work his way in from his outside post position. Unbridled One moves up a spot past Discreet Lover, then last year's champion, Something Awesome, and a 2-time classic champion Imperative at the back of the pack. Diamond King takes him into the stretch for the first time, and Runnin' to Love Ya, the West Virginia Breeders' Classic champion, is right alongside of him. The pace is measured, 24 seconds flat, 1 lap to go in the Classic. Diamond King and Runnin' to Love Ya are 1-2, and Rally Cry has been angled into the 3 path to give chase from 3rd. Up the inside, Mongolian Groom is forwardly placed, Unbridled One 3 wide, Nanoosh in between. Something Awesome has moved up into 7th. Then comes War Story, Discreet Lover, and Imperative still at the back. Diamond King in front, Runnin' to Love Ya alongside of him, and Rally Cry still 3 wide in 3rd. Unbridled Ron runs along in 4th, then comes Nanoosh and Something Awesome. Mongolian Groom dropping back, then War Story, Discreet Lover, and Imperative. They head to the 3/8 pole, and the West Virginia Breds in front. Runnin' to Love Ya has taken the lead from Diamond King, who fights right back along the inside. Rally Cry comes under pressure, then comes Unbridled One, Nanoosh, Something Awesome, and War Story. Back up top, Runnin' to Love Ya and Diamond King slugging it out. Rally Cry is all in from 3rd, then Unbridled One, Something Awesome, and War Story running on from behind. Runnin' to Love Ya's in front. Diamond King going to make him earn it in the final furlong. Runnin' to Love Ya trying to run into the history books. Diamond King along his inside. These two to decide it in the Classic. It's the Gray Rocket Runnin' to Love Ya, and he makes history. The West Virginia Bred has won the Charlestown Classic over Diamond.
Congratulations. A lot of hard work goes into winning these awards. These people don't just show up and come to dinner. I mean, these people, they work for what they receive. They earn what they receive. Our next award, we are going to have the West Virginia Bred Broodmare of the Year. Interesting category. We had 2 or 3 mares that probably were in strong contention for this award. But I think after looking at it and talking, they looked at it and said, well, you've got the mare, Love 'em and Run. She sired an undefeated horse and a champion this year, Loving Touch. She sired Runnin' to Love Ya this year, a winner of $1 million race at the Charlestown Races and Slots. So our West Virginia Broodmare of the Year, Leslie Cromer, unbelievable. Loving Touch and Runnin' to Love Ya. Love 'em and Run, the dam of that. Leslie Cromer, you are our recipient of the Broodmare of the Year, and Diana McClure will be presenting the award. Broodmare of the Year, Leslie Cromer. A lot of people were trying to win this award this year, Stallion of the Year, but it fell to a horse. This year, the West Virginia bred Stallion of the Year goes to a horse that we've talked about a lot this year, Fiber Song. The horses that we've talked about tonight, Penguin Power, champion. Loving Touch, champion. Running to Love Ya, champion. And a horse that should get honorable mention, Dr. Feelgood, probably one of the fastest horses that I've seen in recent memory, going the distance of 4.5 furlongs. And the best just keeps going on and on. West Virginia Stallion of the Year, Fiber Song. John Funkhauser, if you'd present the award to Cindy O'Bannon, please. Congratulations, Cindy. Congratulations. Well, we talked about a few minutes ago that Mr. Casey is approaching the milestone of 90 years old. Like a fine wine, Taylor Mountain Farm continues to reap the rewards that his wife Eleanor and him started many years ago. Their wins on the West Virginia Breeders' Classic night sealed a triumphant night for the ageless conditioner. And his farm, Taylor Mountain Farm, has been a standard bearer for what people want to try to create in this state. Our West Virginia Breeder of the Year, the one and only James W. Casey. Christy Petty will be presenting the award. West Virginia Breeder of the Year, Mr. James W. Casey. Thank you, Mr. Casey. God bless you. In closing, I would like to congratulate all of our worthy candidates tonight, and especially those people who win. But I think everyone in this room is a winner. The current state of West Virginia thoroughbred racing and breeding is as strong as it's been, and there's people sitting at that back table and in every table in this room that aspire to do great things, and I think they're accomplishing that. And I think that everything that happened in 2019, I could sum up in one quote by a man in a cowboy hat. Anyone who walks through the gate here has a chance, and that is why this business is so great. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Jeff. It was a wonderful program. And we have one more award, Special Recognition Award. It's my pleasure and honor to have the opportunity to speak to it. I knew this individual by his voice before I met him, which is recognizable by many of us. You hear someone on the radio or speaking and you go, know who's that's speaking. He has worn and continues to wear a number of hats. He's an individual, as you can hear tonight, full of institutional knowledge and who always does in-depth research and your homework. We can always count on you to be a well-spoken representative. You've served as track announcer, been respected for your Railbird program and outstanding handicapping expertise. Been a jockey's agent, been well-liked, friend to many, you're respected by all on the backstretch, and as you say, you're continuing on in a new role now in sports betting. For our racing and breeding industry, he's been involved in marketing the West Virginia racing and breeding brand in and beyond our state lines through his writings in local newspapers like The Spirit, Jefferson, and in the Mid-Atlantic Thoroughbred. Particularly, this helps us market the West Virginia programs nationally and enhance the values of our programs right here in the state of West Virginia. You have featured stories on West Virginia horses and horsemen and West Virginia horsepower as well. What strikes me most about watching Jeff's career is his ability to enthuse and inspire audiences. Whether you're speaking to him on the backstretch or in the stands, or if you're listening to him on the radio or here tonight, he inspires you with his enthusiasm, his love, and his dedication to our West Virginia racing and West Virginia breeding. The West Virginia Thoroughbred Breeders Association is particularly indebted to you, Jeff, for your efforts and extraordinary skills. If you have witnessed today to emceeing our annual award banquets and to emceeing our annual horse show. Jeff, we are lucky to have you, and it is my honor and privilege to present to you a consummate horseman's horseman with the West Virginia Special Recognition Award. Thank you. Okay, we're good.
It's a West Virginia classic, the Gulf Tournament, the Gala, and the state's top thoroughbreds vying for the chance to be named West Virginia's best. The West Virginia Breeders' Classics. Breeding, training, racing. A stable of champions. Taylor Mountain Farm is a proud supporter of horsepower.